Hey, what's up? This is Erick Morillo. You're watching Defected TV, baby. My lifestyle is, I would classify it as a very, I'm a very lucky person. I'm living what they say, the dream. You know, having studied DJing when I was 11 because I love music, and having this turn into something that people actually pay me for. Travel around the world, having friends around the world, and reach a level of success that I can travel on private planes and own homes and really living the dream. I mean, I guess that's the best way to describe it. My attitude about DJing has always been about rocking a party. You know, back in when I started in like '92, like professionally, you know, especially here in England, it was about being cool and, you know, playing the coolest records and the latest records, and, you know, all magazines were all about like the coolest DJs were the ones that had a new box every week and were playing the latest records. And for me, that's not what it was about. For me, it was about rocking the crowd and being consistently good. Every club I would play, making sure people left there going, wow, what a party, hands up in the air, you know, without it being cheesy either, you know, it kind of mixing it up, you know. And for me, I think that that's played a very key role in why I am still at the top after 17 years of DJing. Not many people can say that. Many people can say they've been around, but they can't say they're still at the top after this many years. And I think it's because, for me, it's always been about rocking the crowd. I mean, Strictly Rhythm was always just, it was the first label, #1, that introduced test pressings. You know, the vinyl promos. There were no such things as that before Strictly Rhythm. They were the only label that I can remember back in those days that you didn't need to listen to the record. You went into the store and you just said, Strictly have a new record? I'll take that. You know, people like Louis Vega came through there, Todd Terry, Kenny Dope. You know, it was the place. If you were into house music, Strictly Rhythm was the label to be on. And for me, you know, it was the first label I wanted to be a part of when I started making house music. You know, the bricks and the graffiti, and, you know, it was what house music was. You know, until Strictly came along, there were many different labels, especially from Chicago. You had Traxsource, you had, you know, all these different labels, but then Strictly Rhythm just kind of pulled it all together and became the one that introduced it to the masses around the world. It's very sexy. The Strictly Morillo compilation is very sexy. I'm really happy with the selection of tracks. It's kind of, for me, normally I do a compilation, and what I do is I do the first CD is like more vocally, more housey. Then the second CD gets tougher and it's more the darker. But now the music's come all together and it's kind of like house mixed with trance, mixed with minimal. So it's just one smooth from one CD to the other. It doesn't really change that much because it's all kind of come together, and it's really sexy. It's got vocals, it's got a little bit of everything. I mean, for me, I'm really happy, and it's probably one of my favorite compilations I've done since probably Subliminal Sessions 9. There are about 4 exclusives. There's a Love Dancing remake that's an exclusive. You have Harry Chucho Romero did a remix of Deep Inside, Hard Drive, which is another exclusive. There's about 4 exclusives on here, which is really awesome. And then there's some upfront tracks that are, you know, will be being released right around the time of the compilation. And then there's some like remakes of classics, and it's just a little bit of everything, really. But it's really sexy. I think that that's the key. It's one of those CDs that the girls are gonna love as well as the guys. So I'm really happy with it, and I think that once people hear it, they're gonna love it. For me, it's the best Strictly compilation to date, hands down, and I've heard them all. When I'm DJing, I remix records on the fly. I mean, that's my thing. That's the reason why I switched from vinyl to CDs, because I can loop, I can do all that stuttering stuff. And then with my filters, I'm usually taking down the bass, and I'm constantly trying to have 2 records playing at the same time, having the bass from one, the highs from the other, or an acapella going. So for me, I gotta be moving. With vinyl, you kind of had to wait till the end of the record and mix the other one. With CDs, you don't have excuses. You can loop it at any point, bring another record in, bring it back, and so I call it remixing on the fly when I'm DJing. So for me, it's a performance, and it's about doing stuff with records that when people are on the dance floor are going, wait a minute, that record doesn't do that, or what have you. So it's a performance in every sense of the word, not just with what I'm doing musically, but I always look like I'm having fun. I'm usually into the music I'm playing, I'm dancing, I'm sweating, it's a performance. That's why they pay me the big bucks. And some people are like, well, don't you think, you're charging too much money, or I don't know too many people that do it the way I do it.